Now, Nigeria is rewriting its energy story by scrapping costly fuel subsidies and building Africa's largest refinery. But behind the bold reforms lie big questions about inflation, infrastructure, and whether gas could become the new engine of growth. Ending Nigeria's decades-old petrol subsidy was nothing short of seismic. The government is now saving around $10 billion a year, funds redirected to infrastructure, healthcare and education. But the decision also tripled fuel prices, adding to runaway inflation and putting pressure on household budgets and corporate margins alike. With a capacity of 650,000 barrels a day, the Dangote refinery is one of the largest in the world, and it's already reshaping Nigeria's energy balance. Its output is cutting dependence on expensive fuel imports, preserving foreign exchange reserves and boosting self-sufficiency. Full-scale production could help stabilize the naira and open the door to new export revenues. Local companies are proving they can deliver results once dominated by global majors. Heirs Energies doubled output from oil mining lease, or OML 17, in just 100 days, revealing vast untapped potential in Nigeria's oil fields. With a 99.8% production reconciliation rate, it's also plugging billions lost to oil theft, a vital step towards fiscal stability and stronger public finances. Nigeria holds more than 200 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, and it's betting on it to fuel the future. A nationwide compressed natural gas, or CNG, rollout aims to cut transport costs, ease living expenses and power new industries. The shift to gas isn't just about energy. It's a bold strategy to diversify export earnings and reduce dependence on crude. For more on this, we're joined by Osa Igiehon. He's Chief Executive Officer at Heirs Energies Limited. Welcome to the program, Osa. Now, from an upstream perspective, how have recent economic reforms and pricing changes influenced project planning, investment decisions and production strategies at Heirs Energies?
Good morning, and thank you for having me. At Heirs Energies, we have seen very positive uptake from the reforms of the government, stemming from the Petroleum Industry Act to the presidential directives that the administration has provided to incentivize and to unbundle the operating companies. All of these have been very positive, and there's a whole new positivity in Nigeria, in the upstream industry in Nigeria, both onshore, shallow water and deep water. And all of these are leading to increasing operator confidence and also increasing investor confidence.
Right, and with new refining capacity coming online domestically, how might evolving market dynamics and offtake opportunities affect growth and long-term planning?
It's all very positive. As you know, Nigeria produces today close to 1.8 million barrels of oil per day. We provide a lot of our oil is exported, and historically we have been importing a lot of our petroleum liquids. But there's a growth right now in in-country refining capacity, just as you've mentioned previously. And this only goes to diversify and deepen the offtake market. And we do think that this portends lots of options and optionality for the future and makes the Nigerian oil industry a lot more resilient.
And what does this shift tell us about the future role of domestic players in Africa's energy sector?
Oh, it's all very positive. I think the increasing role of the independent and indigenous companies portends that the oil industry will be more developmental than extractive, which it had been historically. If you take Heirs Energies, for example, since taking our asset, the OMS 7, taking over the asset OMS 17, we have sustainably doubled oil production and sustainably more than doubled gas production. This portends what oil indigenous companies can do, and really is because, one, we don't have a global portfolio to deal with. We have an asset, and we are very focused to make the most of it. Two, we are growth-minded. We are not just optimizing a global portfolio or looking at global risk, but we are really focused on growing our assets to the benefits of all stakeholders. Three is that we have a more pragmatic, practical, and solution-oriented approach to stakeholder management, and this is enabling us to achieve a lot of overcome the challenges that previous operators had. because we are able to deal with above ground issues in a more pragmatic and symbiotic way. And lastly, we have a key role. We are conscious of our role in the development of Africa and Nigeria specifically. So we are not just profit-minded, we are also social impact-minded. And so we are approaching both these responsibilities with a lot of seriousness, that we need to deliver commercial success, but at the same time, we need to help address the immediate and the long-term energy security for Nigeria and Africa.
And how is Nigeria balancing its oil-driven economy with the global shift towards cleaner, more sustainable energy?
Yeah, so I mean, sustainable energy means different things to different people. As an African, I'm very conscious of the fact that 600 million sub-Saharan Africans do not have access to adequate energy. What that means is that for Africa, our focus first has to be securing a sustainable and sufficient energy for our people to lift our people up and to propel our economies. What that means is that going forward, we have to be looking at a mix of energy supply that includes both fossil and renewable sources. So I see a future where you would have standing side by side oil products, gas products, things like hydropower, geothermal, and solar, and other renewable sources. The challenge is so huge, there won't be the luxury of a choice of one or the other. It's a situation of all. And in this scenario, it will be how we balance that to achieve sustainability and sufficiency, whilst taking into consideration that Africa only contributes 3% of the global emissions. So really, the focus of sustainable energy for Africa starts first with us addressing the deficiency in a manner that is sustainable.
Osa Igiehon, Chief Executive Officer at Heirs Energies, thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World.
Thank you very much.